Go eat.
Cooking with Eric. Cooking with Eric. Cooking. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Expendable Show. I'm your host, the Expendable. With me, combing her hair, is Shauna. Oh, she just muted me. That's not very nice. What does it make noise when you comb your hair? But if you like my show, like, subscribe, and ding the bell. So that way you can get notifications. I just got a notification that I have a new subscriber just right before we went live. Yay, exciting. For those of you who can read books and that like reading books, which I do, I'm kind of a book nerd. Right here is my new book, The Swiss Effect. It's been out since the actual date of Halloween, October 31st. It is about the shadow governments of the world trying to affect American freedom and how do we stop it and all that good stuff. Following money around and telling you exactly who all the bad guys are. There you go. I'm sure I'm a conspiracy theorist for writing that book, I would imagine. And there's Jenny Lynn in the audience today. She's making a celebrity appearance. Celebrities are here. So there is a lot to talk about today. A lot. So there's all kinds of things that have happened. And when we add it all up, nothing's going to make sense, but then it's going to make sense. So let's get started. Let's talk about Donald Trump. For one, his presidency was certified this week. No one contested it. That was on Monday. There's like the liberals are making a conspiracy theory out of it because after the certification, two House resolutions got thrown out there real quick, and it was HR 13 and HR 14. And everybody's like, see, they're going to do something. They're going to do something. No, if you go actually read what HR 13 and HR 14 are, they're just nominating people for committees. So everybody just calm down. Trump is still going to be your daddy on the 20th. So there's that. That's item number one. Now, let's say we talk about Donald Trump and all the things that he's been saying lately. So let's go through that and see what is what. So as we know, he's been trolling Canada and telling everyone that Canada should be the 51st state. Obviously, I don't think anybody really wants Canada to be the 51st state. They do just fine on their own. And Canada's been a trade ally and our neighbor since the beginning of time. So, however, this week, Justin Trudeau announced that he is going to be resigning as prime minister. So to me, that tells me that Trudeau couldn't take the heat that Trump was just blasting Canada with over this trade deal. And so he got out because he knew he was not going to be able to fight back Trump. And he did not want to stick to his ultra progressive socialist agenda because it's a losing agenda and he knows it. And Trump was going to hammer him until he dropped it. And so instead of fighting Trump, he just got out of the way. And so that's probably the best thing that could have happened to Canada in a very long time. Canada needs to get back to being Canada at its roots. They've got so much infiltration going on up there that, you know, the true Canadian people have kind of got lost in translation. So I would like to see Canada get built back up, build back better. Joe Biden build back better. I don't know where he came up with that. I don't know what he was building back better, but surely wasn't America. So there's that. So, you know, Trump's been trolling Canada saying, you know, they're going to be the 51st state. I think it's funny, but, you know, a lot of Canadians are on board with it. They're like, yeah, he let him say it. You know, Justin Trudeau is a bad politician. He comes from a very corrupt bloodline. If you go look into Justin Trudeau's bloodline, it goes all the way back to England and a bunch of other corrupt people. So the next one, Trump actually his son, Charlie Kirk, and I think Trump went too. I'm not for sure, but they took Trump Force One and they flew to Greenland. This was yesterday, and they did some amazing footage of Greenland. I didn't realize how beautiful Greenland is. It's a really, really beautiful place. I mean, and there's a lot of snow and ice. It's cold, but it looks like a really peaceful place, like somewhere I would want to go visit someday. And guess what? Someday I may be able to, because it may be a U.S. territory soon. You won't even have to get a passport to go there. You can just go to Greenland. So that's exciting. So they went over to Greenland to kind of prospect the place. They got greeted very well. People had MAGA hats on and everything. So currently, let's go through the current situation of Greenland, because it may be a joke to a lot of people now, but I believe that this has a very high potential for being a probability. I do think that Trump is going to go after Greenland. So it's currently owned by the Kingdom of Denmark. The Kingdom of Denmark. That sounds so ferocious. So what do we know about Denmark? Denmark's a constitutional monarchy. It's they got a queen that runs the country. Their policies are very liberal and socialist, like everybody else in Europe. So the Queen does not want to give up Greenland. Obviously, they've held that territory for quite some time. They don't want to give it up. But the problem is, and I can't remember when the date was, but Greenland had asked for their own government. So eventually Denmark gave it to them. So Greenland has their own parliament. And so when Trump started talking about, hey, let's make Greenland a territory of the United States, Greenland went back to Denmark and said, hey, we would rather partner up with America, because what's Denmark bringing to the table? Can they even sustain their own population? Not like America can. Can they bring economic prosperity to Greenland like America can? No. And Greenland knows that. So they're trying to sway Denmark to let Greenland slide over to the United States. I think it's a high probability. I think it's going to happen, and there's nothing that Denmark can do about it. Trump's talking about buying it. I think there's going to be a deal involved that is going to be mutually beneficial for everyone. So that's what I'm hoping happens. I think strategically, on the military side of things, it's a brilliant idea to obtain Greenland. We can cover a lot of space very quickly if we have Greenland. So that is something that I think is a very, very good idea. I'm all for it. Go take Greenland. Let's go conquer Greenland. So the next one we're going to talk about is Trump is also he's also trolling that he wants to change the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. I'm all for that. I definitely like that. Maybe the Gulf of Florida. That kind of sounds a little bit better. Or the Gulf of, I don't know. The Gulf of America sounds really nice. I would be all for that. Then I saw somebody made a map where they renamed everything. The Pacific Ocean was the American Ocean. And it was just insane, the amount of they renamed Canada Comerica. So it's funny the amount of trolling that the Trump administration is doing. I like it. I like bringing that American swag back to our government. We haven't had that in a long time, and I like it because we're a powerful country, and when we're doing good things, we can have positive effects everywhere in the world. And I think we need to get back to that. We've been casting dark shadows all over the world for a long, long time. And it's time for us to stop doing that and get back to actually helping people and not using and abusing everyone to get the natural resources that they have or getting the strategic advantages that they have. So I'm all for, making things right, flexing on some people. Like, they got to remember, we're still the top dog. Even on our bad day, we're better than China. So, and obviously nobody likes England. There, eat that, England. Arrest me if I go to England. I'm not even trying to go to England. Whatever. Also, he wants to reclaim the Panama Canal. China has a heavy influence there. We are getting stroked on taxes through there. I think we need to get that under control. We need to take that back over, make it a fair canal with a fair dollar amount that people can go through there. They tax the crap out of us when we go through there. For one, we gave them the canal. We created the canal. We sold them the canal. I'm pretty sure for $1. So, yeah, we're going to take the canal back, Panama. If you don't like it, strap up. And we'll see what happens. So those are my big, major Trump newses for the day. I think he's got a lot of good things going. You're hearing the liberals. It's not going to matter what the guy does, but the liberals are coming back and they're going, "Oh, why don't he work on lowering the grocery prices?" Whoa, calm down, man. There's a lot of stuff Joe Biden screwed up. Donald Trump has not even taken one day in the office yet, and you're already complaining that he hasn't fixed nothing. Joe Biden's still your president. Just remember that. So Elon Musk has been in the news lately because he's under attack by the European Union. They're, threatening to do nothing to him because they can't touch him. But they're saying that X violates European Union laws. Who cares if it does? It sounds like a very socialist thing for a European Union to say. I think we should stop playing with them and cut them off. I say this all the time, and I actually believe that we need to do that. Cut them off financially until they decide to start playing by America's rules. I get it. You're the European Union, but every time you guys come over here with your hands out and want our taxpayer money, and then you want to complain that our American citizens who own American companies are, and even though Elon Musk isn't an American citizen, but still, he is an American taxpayer. He has created jobs in this country all over the place. He contributes positively to our society. So, you're not going to get him, Europe. Idiots. So Brussels, they want to enforce stricter rules on X. Whatever, go be socialist. And X has been reporting in England. That's what they're mainly mad about, because X is allowing reporting of the migrant riots and the protesting that they're doing against their governments in England, Ireland, and Germany. You see them all over the place. So TikTok was allowing it, and then they stopped showing it. They stopped allowing the content. And just recently, they started letting that content get on their platform again. So I don't know what's going on with TikTok, but we do have a lot of reporting that's that's happening. The governments over there do not like it because it shows that they don't have control over their people and that their socialist policies are massively failing. And it is. You're seeing people resign left and right. You've got all these major politicians over there that are on the progressive left. They're all resigning their positions and getting out of the way because they know they failed. And this policy is not going to work. None of them are. 17 Sustainable Development Goals, trash. For one, you're not going to tell Americans what to do. We're not really good at following orders from England. Shauna, do you have anything you want to contribute? Okay, we're going to talk about the Los Angeles fires. So
my bad. Give me a second.
All right, 1 second. Time is up. That was like 5 seconds. Anyway, the Los Angeles fire. So we have these massive fires going on in Los Angeles, and it's hitting the richest parts of Los Angeles. So like I've been following some of these guys on Twitter. Well, actually, there's only really one person that's not happy about the fire, and that is what's his name? James Woods, the actor who's a conservative. And I like him. He's usually spreading some pretty good information around there, and he's very smart. But he's mad because the mayor of Los Angeles, Karen Bass, cut $17.6 million in funding to the fire department not too long ago. And so now they're underfunded. Now they're understaffed. And they're saying that there's no water coming out of the hydrants. How is there no water coming out of the hydrants? Gavin Newsom doesn't have any answers. He did a press conference today with Joe Biden, and he's standing beside Joe Biden, and they cut the interview short. They cut the press conference short so that way Joe Biden can say, "Yep, I had a great granddaughter born today," while everybody's houses are on fire in Los Angeles. Congratulations. We're very happy for your great granddaughter. You think maybe you could send some National Guard or some sort of help out there to help these people? Oh, that's right. You spent all the FEMA money. There's none left. Anyway, Gavin Newsom failed. He refused to renew the bill that operated the super tanker planes, so they don't have all that access. This is a huge problem, and it's spreading quickly, and it's aggressive, and there's not really a lot that these firefighters, I was just watching the news on it, there's not really a lot these firefighters can do for it right now. They don't have the resources available. They're basically going to let that whole area burn. Now, my theory is it's a little odd that they stopped the funding, especially to the rich and famous. Why would you leave less resources to the richest people that pay the most taxes to that area, to Los Angeles? Why? How does that happen? Yeah, they got James Woods on TV right now talking about the fires. How does that happen? I personally think that these were intentional. Now, if you watch some of the regular average people that live in that area, they're like, "Oh yeah, the homeless people, they're starting the fires. They're trying to keep warm, and the fires are spread. They start the fires that way, and then it just spreads." One other thing I wanted to bring up is how does there droughts? How does California that dry? Hi, Mel. But how's California that dry? They have an ocean right next to them. Shouldn't they be doing like, I don't know what you call it. There's a process for it where you can turn salt water into fresh water and they can use it for stuff. So why is that not happening? Why are they not investing in that? Because the wildfires is a huge problem every single year in California. They burn up hundreds of thousands of acres every single year. So why are they not making more resources available to be more efficient? My dad just chimed in. He says that it's all about the government money, which he's probably right. Anytime you get a chance to funnel some government funding out of the Fed, they're going to do it. For California claiming to have the best GDP out of all the states, they sure do borrow a lot of money from the federal government, or take a lot of money. They're not borrowing nothing. So I pray for the families over there. I certainly hope that they can get these fires under control. And I think they just announced that there's 5 deaths. So hopefully we don't have too many more, and they can get people safely evacuated out of there. I would assume that you're going to see states like Nevada and probably like Idaho and Utah. They're going to start sending units down there to help. Usually the states surrounding usually do a really good job of coming and helping. Now, you can't quote me on that because I don't know for sure. However, I do believe that there's going to be some help coming. It's just going to take a minute to get, resources rounded up. They need planes is what they need, and probably helicopters, and probably the National Guard. I know Gavin Newsom did claim, he did call it a national emergency. So, hopefully that brings resources. But when you cut the funding to the fire department, you're going to have a shortage of a shortage of resources. I don't know if they know that. Maybe the liberals should stop voting in these idiots that don't know how to run a city. I would like to know where they diverted that money. They cut the money. Where did they take it? They took it somewhere. They probably took it to Shauna's house. She's got like a $10,000 haircut right now. And she flips me off. This is what I get. I make one joke every time. So now we're going to go into a touchy subject that the media is not covering, but Eric has been following this for some time. So there is back in April, there was a raid on a nonprofit organization down in Guatemala called Save the Kids. In 2017, the director of this Save the Kids was Jill Biden, the first lady. So in April, it was raided for child trafficking. Then the case just kind of disappeared. And then they arrested 100 people in another case in Guatemala. So all this stuff is happening in Guatemala. I covered this a couple episodes ago about how they mapped it out, how they do it. I've been able to talk to several people from Guatemala. I do have some employees that are from Guatemala that have kind of filled me in how this works. And so I have firsthand information, how this happens. However, the nonprofits, so if we remember correctly, and they didn't really announce this, which is ironic. So when Kamala Harris was the border czar, she went to Guatemala to find out what the root causes of the immigration is. So she goes down and just basically meets with all these businesses and business building groups and nonprofit organizations. She didn't really solve any problems, but she went and figured out where she was going to delegate all the federal money to. And a lot of that went to nonprofit organizations, like organizations for girls to, have equal opportunities in the workforce, a lot of kids groups. This specific group was not on that list. However, I'll guarantee you they're getting paid. So the Secretary General of Guatemala released a statement yesterday, and I found it. The major news media covered it up. They did not report it, but I found it, and I'm going to report it because it's significant. So what he said, let me make sure I got it all. So he gave an interview and he accused the Biden administration of blocking the investigation into the child sex ring of Save the Kids in Guatemala that Jill Biden was the board president of in 2017. He claims there are several high-profile politicians, businessmen, and celebrities complicit in the investigation. Just so everyone knows, Jennifer Garner is their top endorser, and she spends a lot of time with this organization. Ironically, her house is on fire in California right now, just so everybody knows, in case that might add up to something later. However, what we have is the old cover-up, and he also talked about the money that Kamala Harris came down to Guatemala and diverted around. He said a lot of that money was used to maneuver these kids around. And so I think what needs to happen is Donald J. Trump, when he becomes president and gets his bearings about him, there needs to be a full-fledged investigation, and we need to be in cooperation with the country of Guatemala to get to the bottom of this, find out who's involved, and get this taken care of. We're not going to be able to stop these things until we actually put some effort into it and go stop them. And they're going to migrate to the United States under Joe Biden's open border policies, and they're going to be up here. Several of the suspects that Guatemala wants to arrest are already up here, and they've already put in requests to obtain those people. And Joe Biden's administration has denied those, their Guatemala's ability to extradite these people back down to Guatemala to face a jury. So we have a situation. And I think that needs opened up. I think when Trump gets into office, I'm guessing he probably is already briefed on this, and this is something that he's ready to deal with. I mean, it's kind of a big story. You can't really get around it. Oh, Shauna, are you back now?
My Wi-Fi was acting crazy, so I had to just put it on my phone.
Okay. Do you have anything you want to talk about with these this Guatemala situation? Because we talk about it all the time, don't we?
I hope they all burn in hell, and I pray for the children.
Yeah, I think it's going to be disturbing when we find out how many children down there have been affected.
We probably will never know the accurate number, just because I think it'd be a ballpark. I think it'll be a ballpark, but I think it'll be more than whatever they ever tell us.
Right.
That's what makes
me showed. We got 15,000 acres burned in California right now.
Oh my God.
0% is contained.
Luckily,
good job,
my brother
Gavin
is
Newsom.
in the
Newsom
south
for
part
president.
of California. Oh my God.
Just think, if Newsom's president, the whole country's going to burn to the ground. That's insane. I don't understand California at all. They nothing they do ever makes sense. It's like they're their own planet. Oh, now that he made us. Oh my gosh. This guy, they put him on TV and I just want to vomit every time. He really believes he's somebody really, really really intelligent. Look at this river. I updated this river, but none of that river water is putting out any fires. Idiot. I just don't understand this guy. Okay, moving on. Big tech. Let's go. Big tech. So I think it's kind of funny when you look at it, how left the tech world was. You had Google. Google has already been caught suppressing right-wing positive stories for Trump. They promoted left-wing propaganda. Yeah, Facebook that was fact-checking every conservative on there. It was to the point where I didn't even post anything political on my Facebook page because I knew they were gonna put their little fact checkers on it. And it doesn't matter if you were telling the truth or not. They're gonna fact check you as wrong if they know you're conservative. And I'm very vocal about my conservatism, so I would have got everything taken down. And then you have OpenAI, who that whole system is liberal. It's just all this stuff because the Facebook's is that's part of Meta, which is part of Instagram, and then you have all this other stuff going on, and it's funny now because they've all switched over to Team Trump. All of a sudden, they've all donated to his transition team. So when you're looking at the tech industry, let's pretend like we're liberals and we're Gen Zers, and we've been bought into this ideology that the left, the tech industry, is going to bring us Gen Zers into the future, into our progressive liberalism. And then, boom, they sell their souls to Donald Trump that fast. I think it's ironic. I think it's funny. Now, what I want to see is is, and I already know the answer to this, but I'm going to throw this theory out here so everybody can kind of think about it. Is Donald Trump in control of the tech industry, or has the tech industry bought their way into power with Donald Trump? I think Donald Trump knows what he's doing with this industry. I think he's going to rein them in. Obviously, with open AI, with the tech industry, we are lacking guardrails. We are lacking regulation. And if we do not, as a Congress, come together and create AI regulations, you're going to have people like Sam Altman. They're going to run around and do all kinds of craziness. He's already made a deal with the city of San Francisco to create the ultimate AI city. I will never, ever, ever, ever go to San Francisco. I don't care. I'm not going to get lulled around the city by robots. Shauna, are you going to San Francisco? No. She just quit my show. I talk about San Francisco and she quits.
I don't even know what happened. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, no. I'm okay on San Francisco. Like, I'm good. I mean, if it was like old San Francisco, sure, but not today's San Francisco. It's a little weird. The vibes are weird. I'm okay.
They got a poop map.
And I'm okay with the whole robot thing. You know how I feel about that. It's all weird. I'm good.
It is weird. But they got a poop map at least. So you know where all the homeless people poop at.
Yeah, I'm okay. I think it's I'm good on California. They just got a lot of stuff going on, and it's just like putting a bow on shit. And I'm okay. Yeah, I'm good on California. I feel bad for all of the people that are dealing with the fires, who lost their homes. That really sucks. And I hope those people are safe. But I think this should be, if more than anything, a sign to get out of California. It's not even going to be there in like the next 10 years anyways.
You have a good point. My thing is, maybe we can get Sam Altman to create an open AI nationwide poop map, like interactive. That would be sweet, because then we'll never step in poop ever again. We'll know where it all is. It's probably all in California anyway. I feel like that's where
really
it all
mean.
goes. That's mean?
Yeah, it's mean.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you know this, but that's my show. See that? That's me right there.
It's mean.
I thought I'd remind you. It's been a while since I reminded you. And I was in a rap video, so that makes me right all the time.
Sure.
You'll see me. You'll see me in the rap video. So that back into the tech stuff. So let's go back and talk about Facebook real quick, because Mark Zuckerberg just put that video out yesterday, I believe. Yeah, it was yesterday, where he's basically like, we're going to dial back our censorship program and have more free speech on our platform. And then he basically blamed it on the government. Oh, yeah, the government, the Biden administration made us put those in place. Okay, for one, I don't believe you, Mark Zuckerberg. For two, you're the CEO of your company. When is it ever okay to censor American speech? And I get frustrated because almost on every platform the last 4 years, I've had my speech censored. I've been shadow banned. I've had all kinds of stuff happen to me on social media. And it's because I speak what I think, and they don't, the establishment doesn't like it. I call people out and they don't like it. I tag people in stuff and they don't like it. And they like to have their nice little cushy little, $1 billion salaries and all that. And I don't care how much money you got. If you're corrupt, I'm going to call you out. If I catch you, I'm going to call you out. It's just like, I just found out Marjorie Taylor Greene is making a lot of money off of the stock market while she's in office. Maybe it's honest, maybe it's not, but I think somebody should look into it. Just because you're a conservative, it doesn't mean I'm not going to audit you. So There you go, Marjorie Taylor Greene. That's for all the times you didn't answer my phone calls. How you like that, Hans Bricks? That's Shauna's favorite politician too, is Marjorie Taylor Greene, because she's here in Georgia.
So many things that I would love to say that my mother told me if I don't have anything nice to say, so I'm not going to say it at all.
Well, you say mean things about me like all day.
No comment.
That's because it's truthful. So next thing, let's jump into, since we're in the tech industry, I'm going to give everybody a little bit of an update on the Suchir Balaji case that I've been working on. So we're still kind of in this, but you still kind of like, we're still in this, like we're waiting on, like we're in like a limbo period with this case, and we're not really getting any answers, and we're getting as much help as we can get. But I think they've raised over $100,000 for the forensics audit and for the autopsy and for other stuff that they need to do. I think they're up to $100,000. I am probably going to have a conference call with Suchir's mom in the morning, which will be whenever the morning is in San Francisco, because that's where they're at. But let me give you a quick. I can't even speak. I'm going to give you a quick little rundown of some of the new developments that have happened. So I'm going to highlight Sam Altman, because when we talk about stuff, I look for patternistic behavior. So I have developed a pattern that I want everybody in the country to know. And as soon as I release this video to Twitter and everywhere else, I am going to pound this pattern all over social media and probably get shadow banned some more. I got shadow banned by Elon Musk today, so I'm not happy with him right now. But Sam Altman, so a lawsuit just got filed on Sam Altman this week, and it was by his sister. Why would Sam Altman's sister sue him? For sexual assault. Apparently, the allegedly, let me do it right. If I can't point the finger, I got to say allegedly. It's the American way. So between 1997 and 2006, on like pretty much consistently is what the report is saying, is that Sam Altman was sexually assaulting his sister for, about 10 years. So his sister, now this is the kicker, because at first I was like, okay, I'm going to give Sam Altman, even though I don't like Sam Altman, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, because he is a billionaire and people do try to sue for money. So I thought, you know what? Let's see what she's asking for. His sister is asking for a jury trial and damages of a minimum of $75,000. So this girl's only asking for like $75,000, a minimum, but still, the minimum could have been $10 million. $75,000? Are you kidding me? So that tells me that she's not chasing big money. She wants this story to get told, and she wants it on record. She's been telling this story for some time now, but she's never put it on record. And now she's filed the lawsuit. Now it's going to go on record. She probably got tired of people telling her she's a liar, so she's going to go through with it. And she's not really seeking any real money. So I think I tend to I tend to side with her a little bit. Now I haven't seen any evidence or any counter evidence. And I already don't like Sam Altman, so I'm going to side with his sister. So there we go. So Altman on X, Altman and his two brothers, Jack and Sam. Jack, his name's Sam. So we got Sam and Jack, mother Connie, who Connie is a dermatologist in St. Louis, Missouri, if anybody needs to know that. If you have bad skin, go see Connie. If you're in the St. Louis area. But they released a statement saying that their daughter has been causing problems for a very, very long time, and she's a problem child. She's jealous, all this stuff. They pretty much trashed her pretty good on X. So you have that. So he just had this happen to him this week. And then when Elon, he filed a lawsuit in San Francisco state court and then withdrew it shortly thereafter and refiled it in federal court. Why would he do that, you might ask? Now, this is for the where he's deceiving the investors, where Sam Altman was deceiving investors. So what he did was Elon filed it in the state court, realized that Sam Altman owns that court, and then he dropped that case and then moved it into the federal court to where he could actually get a fair shake. And that's what I believe happened. Otherwise, he would have just left it in the state court jurisdiction, but he pulled it and put it in federal. So there's that. So Sam Altman is a deception. He could be guilty of sexual assault. He could be guilty of being deceitful in his business practices. He's also, I believe, a suspect in the killing of Suchir Balaji. Sam Altman is also potentially guilty of violating copyright laws, which is why Suchir Balaji is no longer with us. Sam Altman also, well, he deceived his investors, which I already have that one on there. Sam Altman is also taking OpenAI from a nonprofit to a profit organization. Elon Musk is also sued in that to stop that from happening, because that was the original plan, was to always keep OpenAI a nonprofit and not let big money investors come in and change the narrative of the company. But we have seen that has not happened, and now he's allowing major investors to come in there. So that's a when you look at the pattern of behavior of things Sam Altman's involved in or potentially involved in, he seems like a pretty shitty guy. And I don't think that we should be looking past this guy anymore. Somebody needs to look at this guy and go, is this the guy that we want running the artificial intelligence of the future of this country? I don't want him touching nothing in the tech industry. This guy's bad news. They fired him from OpenAI and then hired him back. So he can't even stay good, kosher in his own company. So this is something that we need to really start to address. And I hope that the Trump administration, the FBI, Kash Patel, I hope they go in there and just give that guy a super audit and find out what the deal is with him. Shauna, what do you think about all that, the tech stuff?
Whatever they said, he did it.
Guilty.
No, okay. Okay. To be unbiased, let's just say, okay, my question is about the sister, because they're saying that, she was a problem child, but I want to know how old she would have been during the sexual assault, because my whole thing is, a lot of the times kids will display behaviors. They won't necessarily use words, but they'll display certain behaviors when things are happening to them. So if they're saying she was a problem child, it could have been because of the sexual assault, if that's actually a thing. I mean, it is interesting that she's only asking for $75,000. That's pretty much court cost fees and lawyer fees, right, honestly, for this type of case. So it's pretty much like, okay, I just need to make sure, like, I can pay these people to help me fight the case. That's what it sounds like to me. But everything else, absolutely not. We do not want this man in charge of anything AI. I hope it burns in hell, but whatever. Get him away from it. Like, even if he didn't do the sexual assault, I don't know. It's just too many things. My whole thing is too much bad juju around him, and we really want to trust him to do anything, like, technology-wise with the world right now. Nah, I'm good on it. So I'm not biased because of the sister, but whatever he did, whatever they say he did it.
So Sam Altman's 39 years old, and I'm having a tough time Okay, so she's 30. He's 9 years older than her. It started when she was 3. So there's that. That's a big age difference. I wasn't expecting that.
I mean, that would make a lot of sense, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm saying on the end of behavior. If you're saying like, oh, she's a problem child, and it happened when she was 3, you said it went on for 10 years. That's up until she was 13, until she
that's a lot of
wasn't
trauma.
quiet anymore.
Yeah, that's a lot of trauma. She's going to have behavioral issues, so they can sit there and bash her all that they want, but this girl's clearly probably going through some major trauma responses.
He seems like a very in control type of person, so I mean, it's believable. It's not like, oh, that's just impossible. I'm just saying.
I don't trust the guy as far as I can throw him. That's my personal opinion. I'm not impressed by him. I don't trust him with this technology that has no regulations around it right now. This guy could do anything with this technology, and we wouldn't be able to stop it. It'll advance at its own pace.
I don't know. You know how bad you got to be fired from your own company? I'm pretty sure. I'm
pretty sure I could pull it off.
Oh, he gotta go. Like, and you started the company. Like, it would be no company if it wasn't for you. But that's what I'm just saying. Do you know how bad you have to be in order for something like that to happen? That's extreme. So that to me, those are all things that makes you question this person's character. Seriously.
That's
everything else. Like, on top of everything else that's being attached to him right now. I don't know. That's what I'm just saying. It's a lot of questionable things about this person's character. If you're sitting here like, oh, you want me to blindly be like, oh yeah, we trust him? No, that's insane. He's, once again, whatever they're saying he did, he definitely probably did it. I don't care.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
I know. That's a lot of bad things. But yeah, I do hope something. When certain people like this, they're like raised in privilegeness, and they're raised with the idea of themselves being untouchable. Like, you just see a lot of what you say patterns, a lot of behaviors that's the same. So I mean, I don't know. It all to me just sounds like, okay, you've been getting away with doing pretty much whatever you want to do for a very long time. So
yeah, I mean, he's clearly developed a pattern, a behavioral. He thinks he's Superman and can get away with everything.
So
I'm pretty sure I could probably get fired from my own company.
Well, that's because you like to be a tyrant, and no, everybody's afraid to tell you to sit down, but we don't care.
I take my boss stare.
Well, I don't care. I get fired 5 times a day. I don't care. I mean, anyways.
Who fires you?
You said what?
Who fires you?
You fire me all the time.
I do. I enjoy it.
This is why I don't take it serious. But you can fire me. Work would be boring without me.
What do you think? What do you think about Trump trying to purchase Greenland?
I'm so down if we don't have to have a passport to go, because that would be totally awesome. Hello,
yeah, it'll be a territory.
Christmas in Greenland. Who wouldn't?
Bro, what's up?
Skiing.
Christmas in Greenland?
I think it would be pretty cool. I'm just saying. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm all for the culture. I'm all for it.
People, that's like a totally cool thing. I think that would be pretty fun. I mean, I don't know economically what it would do. I can't really say that. As a citizen, though, it is pretty exciting. Like, oh, okay.
They've got towns. They have like little towns and stuff there. Like, they can sustain like a financial system there. I mean, not all of it you can. A lot of it's uninhabitable, I think, but there's parts of it that you can establish to do stuff with. It's just like Canada, where you go too far north in Canada and there's parts of it you're not going to be able to inhabit.
I mean, that's anywhere. That's a given. That's okay. We shouldn't inhabit every part of the world anyway. Some of it needs to be left alone.
Yeah.
But I mean,
We
I
got
don't
to
know.
keep the
I think
polar
that'd be
bears
pretty
somewhere to
cool.
go.
I think it'd be beneficial for them. You know, we're a little rough though, so hopefully we don't destroy Greenland. It's actually really, really beautiful. So hopefully we can keep it that way.
I'm pretty sure they just want to create a major military base there, and that's about it. It's strategically for the military. It's a very good location to
Damn, I might
have.
have to join the military if they have that as a station area. That's pretty dope.
See, there you go. You could be stationed in Greenland.
Heck yeah. I wonder what kind of like operations they would be handling out of there though.
Black Ops.
Oh, sweet. We can do those things now in the military. That actually
Right. Yeah, I'm all in favor of that. It should be a territory of America. We should just put our foot down and tell Denmark, like, look, it's ours now. Deal with it.
I mean, Denmark shit anyways. There's like people don't even like Denmark. They're horrible. Their government is like terrible. So I think if they're gonna choose between the two, I think we're the better choice, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, Greenland wants to be part of us. They've already vocally said it. Like, just let them. Whatever. But I'm going to leave us with a quote today. So, a great genius friend of mine named Corporal, for those of you in the chats, he said, and I quote, "You know what solves all psychiatric issues? Pabst Blue Ribbon." End quote. And that is the end of the show for today.
Oh my god.
Mama's going to go crack open a PBR.
Absolutely not.
No, you're not going to drink no PBR.
No,
No,
not tonight.
but we will be back on Sunday, and hopefully we'll have some good news stories to talk about. If not,
We're
I'll
gonna
just
talk about
make them up.
Atlanta's weather.
Yeah, we're getting snow and ice Friday morning, so we'll see how that goes. But that's it. I'm out. Peace.
Bye.